The leftmost of the 5 services icons on the right side of the top bar is the Me service. If I park on that, I see a drop-down menu. The Me icon looks like the silhouette of a bust. And select the first option, My Roles and Profiles. Left mouse click to select, and it will show me the roles that are available to me in my 3D experience session. In this case, I want to do some design work, so I'm going to select the role of Mechanical and Shape Designer in addition to Platform Contributor. Second option is My Status. My status is the status that I have currently with any collaboration that I'm set up to use. If your login to collaboration is the same as your login to 3D Experience, you can click Sign In, and it will automatically sign you in, and then your status will show the available options. In addition, on the right-hand side of the main dialog now is an arrowhead that when I park on it will give me the contacts that I can do 3D messaging with. We will not be looking at collaboration. Skipping the third one, going down to the fourth one, Work Offline. If it is enabled by the 3D Experience Administrator, you have the ability to check out your license. So MES is the license that is assigned to me. There are different ways of doing licensing. It may or may not be assigned to you, quote unquote, but in any event, I can check that out of the license server for 1 to 30 days, which allows me then to actually work on my workstation without being connected to the network, without having TCP/IP or communication capability to the license server or to the Innovia v6 PDM database. So this would allow me to be completely separated from my data environment for up to 30 days. I'm just going to cancel that. Finally, Preferences. When I select Preferences, I'm presented with a dialog box. The left-hand side of that dialog box has all of the different options that are available to me that can be set by me under certain circumstances, which I'll address momentarily. So I have Preferences, then the General section, and these are the general options. If I go down to, for example, Mechanical, this plus sign to the left allows me to open that up, and here are settings for part design, assembly design, sketcher, etc. So these are the different settings that I have available. Under General Display, here are the options for tree appearance, and as an example, here is a rectangle with a red padlock in it, meaning that the 3D Experience Administrator has locked this value so it cannot be changed. And then the 3 below that have gray unlock padlock indicators beside them, and that indicates that you have the ability to make changes or modifications to those at your discretion. Let's go back up to the General category. I'm going to go over to a tab called Profile, and this is a tab that when I select a particular profile, CATIA versus 3D Experience, it will customize some of the preferences to the default values for that particular environment. So since we're in 3D Experience, just check and make sure that that is set to 3D Experience. Back to the display, if I go to Visualization, for example, I personally don't like a graduated background when I'm working within the design area, so I can turn that off. And I personally like to have my background to be a white background rather than a dark background. Automatically it will set the no show background. No show and shown, you can actually hide things or no show them within the design apps so that they're not interfering. And finally, just to give you a feel for this, Parameters and Measures, Units tab, and this shows you the settings or the magnitudes that are available to be changed to different units. You can change back and forth if you get a metric document and you want to change to inches, for example, change length to inches. You simply select it. There's a drop down here that then will allow you to select the other units of measure. You change that, and the document will automatically adapt to that new change. If you've made any changes, we've made a couple here, say OK, and your options will then be set. Again, they are set for your login, not anybody else's, so you're not interfering with any other users that you share your workstation with. And those settings, some of them might be locked by the 3D Experience Administrator because there are certain ways that they want things done. They will make that lock, and you will not be able to change after that. If I go back to Preferences again and select this drop-down dialog over here, I also have the ability to do a Customize. Customize allows me, for example, to create favorites. So I can drop down on the left-hand pane and select some of the apps that I want to be my favorite apps. Let's say Part Design. And then secondly, let's do Assembly Design. Say OK to that, or say Close to that. And now when I go into the left-hand quadrant of my 3D Compass for 3D modeling apps, I now have under the Favorites apps those two that I selected